when you want to make real changes in your life, there are a few things that you could do to help yourself. Because usually we're way too ambitious about the changes that we want to make. And just to let you know that the brain is so primitive. It will always do what is easy, and what is easy is to do what you have always done. So if you want to change the way that you're eating, and what you want to eat is not really in the fridge, then you go and eat what you always eaten, right? If you want to start running and you say, well, I'm going to run on Monday, and on Monday you realize you don't have any running shoes, or you don't know where you're going to run to, or who you're going to run with, it's easier to go and sit on the couch. So there's a few simple things you can do when you want to change something for real in your life. Because I am sure that you or somebody you know has at one point in your life said, I want to lose weight, for example. And then you go on a diet, and you go on this diet and you lose some pounds. And after you lost these pounds, you say to yourself, well done, now I'm going to eat what I actually ate before. And then you gain more pounds that you just lost, and it just goes up and down and up and down. Maybe it's not you, but I'm sure you heard about somebody who experienced this. And the reason is that the way our brain works is that it actually confirms your emotions all the time. So if you feel like eating something, your brain will say, that's a great idea. And if you don't feel like doing something, the brain will say, why should you do that? That's an awful idea. So let's say, for example, I want to run a marathon. First of all, I have to ask myself, am I motivated about running a marathon? And the answer is no. Am I ever going to run a marathon? No, because I'm not motivated about it. So I'm not going to run a marathon. So I have to ask myself then, okay, why do I want to run a marathon? And I could say, well, I just want to get in better shape. Okay, could I do 5 kilometers instead? And if that's motivating for me, and it would be, that's fine. 5Ks is not that much. So for me anyway. So if I say that, and now I'm not used to running, what I have to do is, first of all, find out, when am I going to run? Do I have the equipment for running? Where am I going to run? Do I have a track? Do I have a forest? Do I have the beach? Whatever. Where am I going to do it? What am I going to do if it rains? Or if I don't have time, if I'm late at home, I need to cook, whatever it is. What do I do when something else comes in the way? And then probably the most important step after being motivated is go small. So if I want to run 5 kilometers, I don't start by running 5 kilometers, because we all know if we do that and we're not in great shape, the next 2 or 3 or 4 days, I will really have a massive pain in my body from running and not being used to it. So instead of just going hard into running 5Ks and forcing myself to do it, and then I won't run for 2 or 3 months because who want to go back to that awful pain? Then I downsize, I go smaller, and I say to myself, what is realistic here? First, okay, I'll begin by walking for 10 minutes or 5 minutes, or I'll just put on my walking shoes and that's it. If that's how you're going to change your habit, that's how you start. So you start small. And when I'm getting accustomed to walking, and maybe I say to myself, I want to walk twice a week. And these days I'm walking, this time I'm walking, and with these people. So I plan it all. There's no excuse for not doing it now. And I'll start little by little. And then when I'm used to that, and that has become a habit, then I might say, now I'll walk 15 minutes. And then after that, I might say, well, now I'll walk for 10 minutes and I'll start running for 2 or 3 minutes and then walk again. So slowly, slowly, slowly I build up. And then I will make a change in my life that is lasting, instead of one that I just do for a short time and then I fall back to the habit that I'm actually trying to get rid of.